world number 2 against the world number 16. Both major champions in the past as well. Gary Anderson absolutely sublime against Brendan Dolan in the quarterfinals. He was pretty hot, I understand, against Jelle Klaasen in the semis.
Yeah, fantastic performance from Anderson in that semi-final. Checkouts of 121 and 110 in seeing off Jelle Klaasen.
Well, it was certainly a mark of his win against Dolan. Took out 128 and 170, both on the bullseye. Helped turn the match in his favour. Simon Whitlock was pretty special in his semi against Dave Chisnell as well, though, a 6-2 winner. And beating Chizzy, who's a man who won loads of games, 17 times Dave Chisnell has beaten Simon Whitlock. Only 3 people who've won more games in Pro Darts against him. Michael Van Gerwen, Phil Taylor and Gary Anderson. So Anderson, a bit of a bogeyman for Simon Whitlock, but he's already seen off one of them.
Yeah, Anderson has won a lot of games against Whitlock, but he leads the head-to-head 19-14, so Whitlock has won his fair share of matches, and to be honest, haven't played that much in the last few years.
Yeah, last time they met was a year ago at these UK Open Qualifiers, and that one was won by Gary.
100.
So he wants tops for the first leg. Double 10 now for the world number 2. Double 5. Well, Whitlock will get a shot at this 1-4-1 checkout.
What a big combination finishes really were Simon Whitlock's trademark, and when he's playing at his best, he makes them look so easy. Very good counter, Simon Whitlock, goes his own way for things, but he's got a lot of theory behind his roots as Anderson takes out the double 2 for a checkout of 5 and takes the first leg.
Well, look, I've just commentated on Gary Anderson against Jelle Klaasen. They're 2 players who really like to get on with things. He's straight to the hockey. But if you look at Anderson, he's ready to throw the dart at the back of Simon Whitlock's head.
78.
Yeah, Gary will want to be away to his bed, probably. That's usually Gary Anderson. Gary Anderson could have won the world title, could have won 350 grand. All he wants to do is just go to bed.
Cup of coffee.
Yeah,
137.
that's it. Cup of coffee, go to bed. Which you would think are quite contradictory things, but he's Gary Anderson. He can do what he wants. He's Flying Scotsman because he does stuff like this. Maximum for the world number 2.
Well, look, if that's what cappuccinos do to your darting talent, then I may take up drinking them. Whitlock looking to reply in kind, just underneath. First to a finish, but Anderson, if he can find a ton 40, that's not going to happen. So Whitlock's going to have a couple of visits to clean up this 1-3-2. Which way will he go? 72 left. Here we go then, double 6. Just wide of the wire. But he'll get another shot at it.
Well, Gary Anderson, 2 treble 19s and a treble 15. But it doesn't matter anyway. He's actually looking at the treble 10 to leave tops. Whitlock takes out the double 6, and it's 1 apiece. Simon Whitlock mentioned it in his semi-final. A return to form from the Wizard over the last few months after a real tough couple of years. But it was actually when we started streaming these events that he seemed to buck his ideas up. One in Ireland, one in Barnsley. With that came some renewed confidence and an upturn in his TV form and certainly his TV results.
He just loves the live stream, Simon Whitlock. You told us before about his semi-final performance. He beat Ian White 6-5 in the quarterfinals, and I have been told by someone in the venue that they reckon Simon Whitlock averaged about 120 in his last 16 win against Peter Wright. Now that person was Simon Whitlock.
Well, Robin Hood, but to be honest, it's rather irrelevant because Gary Anderson is so far ahead here, leaves the double 14. He will be back, but even if Whitlock had fired in a treble 19 with that dart that he fired into his previous one, he's still got a tall order to go and leave himself something that's going to worry the Wizard. Another crack at the double 14. Well, the weight goes on, but still Gary Anderson a heavy favourite for this.
Yeah, dart players must be kicking themselves when they see their opponent miss so many darts at double, and they don't get a chance to have a shot themselves, because Whitlock hit 2 trebles then. Now it's double 7. More successful on that one.
Gary Anderson won one of these UK Open Qualifiers last year. Whitlock won his back in 2013. Gary's actually got, is it 5 in total? These UK Open Qualifiers. Only Phil Taylor and Michael Van Gerwen have won more of them.
That's correct. 5 for Anderson. Adrian Lewis has 3. A whole host of players on a couple.
177 to kick off from Whitlock.
99.
Hit 4 180s against Dave Chisnell. Hit more maximums than Dave Chisnell, you're doing something right.
100.
Yeah, certainly has had a return to form, Whitlock. Part of the reason that he's not been running into Gary Anderson is because he's been running into Michael Van Gerwen instead. Based on the seedings for events, he's been around 16, 17, meaning he'd meet the world number 1.
140.
But you would think if he carries on producing the darts that he's been doing, he's only going to move up the rankings. Simon Whitlock believes that he is a top 4 player and that he can get back up there. Double 17, and there you go. He practices every double on the board, Simon Whitlock. He does not care what double he leaves. And ball double 17, very happy to take that one out. 84 checkout and level the match up at 2 apiece.
The last big TV meeting between these two players was at the European Championship in 2015, when Anderson went on to reach a final and lose to MVG. But Whitlock pushed Anderson really, really hard then at a time when he wasn't playing that well. Anderson's throwing well here, though. Maximum for Gary Anderson.
Yeah, that's his second of the final here, Gary Anderson. He's already coming into this, of course, a World Championship final, final of the Masters. He's shown, even with a couple of weeks break where he's not picked up a dart, that Gary Anderson seems fresh and hungry. And even though he went out early yesterday, he lost to Big John Henderson, got beaten 6-2 in the last 32.
Yeah, Whitlock going down for 19s because 95 leaves 170, 133 leaves 132. But that slip into 3 kind of spoilt things a bit for him. Still on a finish, but Anderson has a chance for treble 17 for Bull. Now then, can Simon Whitlock? I saw him in a game earlier do back-to-back finishes that involve 2 trebles and a double. Can he pull out a 148 checkout?
Not to be. But Gary messed around on the double 14. It's not one of his favourite doubles, Gary Anderson. Double 12 he absolutely loves. He's won 2 world titles on it. Now for double 6. No problem with that one. 3-2. We've had 5 consecutive holes of throw here. It's final bubbling hot, just like a soup in a pot.
Yeah, well, Whitlock just hoping to carry on the trend of holes of throw, just try and protect that position. Because if Anderson were to break a leg in front, it becomes precarious for the Wizard. And is this the first sign of him faltering? Only a visit of 40 there. And will Gary Anderson jump all over that one?
60.
Not really.
Well, Gary Anderson has kind of blasted his way through the closing stages of today. 6-2 against Quantock, 6-3 against Jamie Lewis, 6-1 against Dolan, and 6-3 against Jelle Larsen. Whitlock has been tested. Ian White taking him all the way to a deciding leg. Maybe that's an indication of just the level these guys are throwing, because Gary Anderson is looking very, very good right now and really attacking the Whitlock throw, looking to open up a bit of daylight between these two and get that 2-leg cushion.
Yeah, the Wizard needs to conjure something up now to get himself in contention really for this leg. 2 good darts down at the treble 19, puts him on a finish first, but Anderson will be looking to make a massive hole in this 201. And that is absolutely perfect. 177 to leave double 12. Whitlock left needing 160 just to hold his throw. But he could do it. Another one of those. Double top for Simon Whitlock. Steps across. Oh, he's pulled it low. What a chance that was for Simon Whitlock. Created for himself. Anderson wants double 12.
No score.
Well, you have to say, Gary Anderson, over the last few years, well, Whitlock looks surprised to be coming back to the board with this still alive, this leg. Double 10.
Game shot.
And that'll do. That will do. We still have a level game. That could be a crucial moment in this match. 3 darts at double 12. We said he loved double 12. And Gary Anderson, over the last few years, when he's missed a double with his first 2 darts, he has been so good at finding it with the 3rd dart. He just seems to maintain his composure. That was always his weakness in the past.
90.
Well, Anderson only went off 64. Whitlock has responded with 180. All of a sudden, he was facing the prospect of being 4-2 down. Now, he's given himself the chance to break the Anderson throw.
Yeah, literally 4 visits could change this game entirely. And Whitlock is in there again. And look at the lie. Look at the grouping. Look at, oh, it's deflected out of the treble.
He knew it, he knew it. His beard nearly tickled the bullseye as he raised his head in disbelief after that last dart went astray. He wanted the 9, Dan.
He always wants the 9.
We wanted the 9.
He's hit far more 9 darters than Gary Anderson, has he
He
not?
certainly has. 9 9s.
9 9s, looking for double figures. Gary Anderson, just the 5 in his career, I believe.
4.
4, indeed.
95.
Well, he did have one in the World Championship semi-final. I'm not sure if that counts double. Wait, Simon Whitlock. Another one of those. Not to be.
87.
Oh, and he's missed a big number there as well, so he's actually going to have to waste a dart when he returns to the board, if he returns to the board. The 18s, look at this. Anderson, bullseye! Oh, just misses it. A succession of bullseye finishes for Gary Anderson in his previous match. A smirk from Whitlock.
Finds it hilarious, Simon Whitlock, that Gary Anderson was unable to complete the 1-6-1 combination. He's going for double 16 now to break, and he gets that breaker throw. Kicked off with a 180, followed with a 140. Anderson missed a dart at the bull for 1-6-1, but Whitlock has the darts now, and he could move within 1 leg of victory if he can hold firm in this leg.
Simon Whitlock looking to claim a 3rd Pro Tour title in what? A matter of 4 months?
Look at 37.
I'd make it a 3rd in a matter of 5 events as well. 5 Pro Tour events.
Yeah.
He's not coming back, he is back.
92.
I'm back, says Simon Whitlock. He does say that, he actually does say
yeah,
that.
he says it quite a lot.
99.
And people doubted it. Doubt no longer. The wizard.
Well, the other thing is he wants to get further up the rankings so he can start avoiding Michael Van Gerwen in last 16s and quarterfinals at major events.
Single, yeah.
Well, 80 scored. Yeah, sensible use of the bullseye there. 105 scored means he's left 160. Doesn't need to use the bullseye. Just the 59. Chance for Anderson. 160. Effectively stolen the darts. Not going to take out the 160, but if he can leave himself handily placed, stay straight.
104.
Does better than that, finds the treble. Double 10 he'll return for, unless Whitlock can pull out the 154. An absolute iron ring stuff. If Wizard takes this out, and he does, a 154, Simon Whitlock, trademark stuff.
Party piece finish from Simon Whitlock, as you said, Dan, trademark stuff. That's what he used to be famed for when he was at the top of his game, going back 3 or 4 years ago. 154 checkout from Simon Whitlock puts him within a leg of winning this UK Open Qualifier.
Well, Gary Anderson does have the throw in this leg. He would have the throw in a deciding leg if we go that far.
$180.
Anderson has already taken out the 170 today. Took it out against Brendan Dolan in the second leg. Can he repeat the trick? He may need to, and he may just do it.
105.
Well, we didn't get our chance to shout loudly as Anderson teed up the 170. Whitlock now going for 130. This is for the match. Doesn't get a shot this time.
25 for Anderson. Gets it, tops for 5-4. Gets it. Cuts the gap. Just one leg in it. This is the leg where Whitlock wants to win it. A hold of throw. 6-4. £10,000. And a third Pro Tour title in a matter of 4 months.
60.
Only 60 though, first visit. Can Anderson apply some pressure straight in the treble 20? 140 it is.
Has to find something big. Simon Whitlock is finding something big. Oh, point not touching, only 120 scored, but it gets him right back in this leg.
That is remarkably unlucky for Whitlock. But Anderson doesn't find a treble that visit.
Well, we saw similar from Adrian Lewis in the final yesterday, didn't we, against Peter Wright? He saw 60 points drop out the board in the penultimate leg of the match, and it may well have been a telling 60 points. Could have cost him darts at double.
Anderson moving across. Decent visit on the 18s. So Whitlock needs to try and leave himself handy. Needs a treble really. Gets one, last dart.
93.
Anderson looking at 136 to level this tie and take it to a last leg decider. Oh, just missed as a double eight.
Well, it could have been a tale of two massive checkouts. The 154 swung it Whitlock's way. The 136 would have swung it back in Anderson's favour. Whitlock 94 for the title. Hits the bull. It's perfect. Is it 12? Is it 4? It's 4 for double top. Simon Whitlock, match start, takes the title. 94 checkout. He beats the world number 2, Gary Anderson. A third Pro Tour in 4 months. And the Wizard, if you doubted it, he is back.